Crawford that has been looking for the opportunity for a long time, finally getting the opportunity, and really ready to grab the opportunity.
I think that's the problem, though. Crawford is fighting too many. He's not fighting a lot. He's fighting once every year. That's bad.
I'd rather see Crawford win and shake up the boxing world a bit.
Do you think it'd be a decision, or you think you can put him out there?
I don't know. Canelo's a lot bigger than him, so more than likely be a decision.
I guess I was wrong. I was wrong. Listen, you guys know I've been trolling Terence Crawford fanboys for about a week now.
Roy Jones Jr. is shaking up the boxing world with a bold take that throws the entire Canelo vs. Crawford matchup into controversy. While the boxing world is buzzing about Terence Crawford taking on Canelo Alvarez in a high-stakes battle on September 13th, legendary boxer Roy Jones Jr. has stirred up strong opinions by saying weight won't be a deciding factor. Many would argue that jumping up multiple weight classes is too risky, but Jones isn't buying into that narrative. For him, it's all about the skills, and he sees Crawford as a fighter who's hungry, sharp, and ready to meet the moment.
I pay no attention to the pushing and shoving. I pay no attention to the weight factor. What I pay attention to is the skill level that both guys show in and out of the ring. And what I'm seeing is I see a hungry Crawford, a Crawford that has been looking for the opportunity for a long time, finally getting the opportunity, and really ready to grab the opportunity.
According to Jones, Crawford has likely spent his training camp sparring with fighters who naturally fight at 168 or even 175 pounds. This, he believes, prepares Crawford for whatever Canelo throws his way. He doesn't believe the size difference will make much of a difference, especially if Crawford can take a punch. To Jones, it's not weight that wins fights. It's talent, strategy, and hunger.
And with Canelo, I see a guy who, not necessarily hungry, but loves to entertain. Loves to give us the big fights. Always tries to give the big fights. He finds a way to give us big fights. Not gonna always win them, but he always tries to give them to us. So he'll be a guy that, if he shows up and does the exact right thing, he can win the fight. If he don't do the right thing, which I don't see him doing, I don't know why he would at this point in his career. I don't know. It'll all be predicated upon how well Terence can take his punch.
Yeah. You said you don't think, or you don't look into the weight difference. Why?
When you know how to box, when you're as skillful as Terence Crawford is, weight don't really matter much.
Teofimo Lopez has thrown his support behind Terence Crawford in the upcoming fight against Canelo Alvarez, expressing confidence that Crawford can defy the odds despite the size and weight challenges. Lopez believes that even though most factors, like natural weight, experience at 168, and recent activity, favor Canelo, Crawford's unmatched ring IQ, discipline, and ability to adapt in high-pressure moments give him a real shot at victory.
I think that's the problem, though. Crawford is fighting too many. He's not fighting a lot. He's fighting once every year. That's bad.
In a surprising show of power and confidence, Terence Crawford grabbed headlines by wrestling heavyweight Jarrell Miller at the IBA Pro 7 event in Istanbul. The moment wasn't just for fun, it sent a clear message to Canelo Alvarez ahead of their September 13th clash. Despite moving up in weight, Crawford isn't intimidated. Locking up with a man far heavier than him, Crawford demonstrated he's bringing both strength and swagger to the ring. If Canelo thinks size is his advantage, Crawford just showed he's ready to flip the narrative, literally.
Why? Okay, so you want to wrestle now? Okay, Mr. Crawford. You? Yo, baby, we love it. Yes, Crawford! I can't believe it! Go for it! Don't hurt yourself! Terence, don't hurt yourself! I don't want to put here!
The hype around Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez isn't just limited to boxing circles. UFC stars are chiming in too. Rising MMA personality Paddy Pimblett recently shared his thoughts, backing Crawford to pull off the upset. A big fan of Crawford's slick style and sharp fight IQ, Pimblett admitted he's not a fan of Canelo and believes the size difference won't be enough. Despite Canelo being the naturally bigger fighter, Paddy predicts Crawford will outbox him over 12 rounds and walk away with a decision win. The crossover buzz keeps growing.
Terence Bud Crawford or Canelo? Who do you got in that one?
Well, I really like Terence Crawford, so I'd back him. You know what I mean? I like Canelo, but I'm not his biggest fan. I'd rather see Crawford win and shake up the boxing world a bit.
Do you think it'd be a decision, or you think he can put him out there?
I don't know, Canelo's a lot bigger than him, so more than likely be a decision.
UFC champion Alexander Volkanovski added his voice to the growing anticipation for Crawford versus Canelo, calling it one of the most exciting fights in boxing history. Clearly impressed by both men's athleticism and elite skill sets, Volkanovski admitted he couldn't pick a side. While he praised Crawford's technical brilliance and Canelo's powerful presence in the ring, he chose to stay neutral, simply expressing his excitement for the event. With mutual respect for both fighters, he wished them good luck and joined the chorus of fans counting down to fight night.
Oh man, that's incredible to see happening. But you know, it would be interesting to see how Canelo and Crawford goes. Obviously moving up. Man, Canelo's a beast. So it's but Crawford's so good. Man, I don't know. Who am I leaning towards? Man, Crawford's so good, but Canelo having the size. I don't know, man. I can't pick it. Look at me. I literally cannot pick it. I just think I just got so much respect for both of them. I think they're both incredible, and I cannot just wait to watch and see the result.
But not everyone shares Roy's optimism. Critics are pointing out some obvious concerns. Crawford hasn't fought since his bout at 154 pounds, where his performance was widely seen as underwhelming. That fight wasn't a statement win, and now he's coming off a 13-month layoff and stepping up not one, but 2 full divisions. That combination, an inactivity and weight jump, could be a dangerous cocktail when stepping into the ring with someone like Canelo, who has fought the best at 168 and even challenged champions at 175.
I think it's going to be a good fight for the first 4 rounds. I think Canelo's size just going, take over. Like I said, I could be wrong. Crawford's phenomenal. But from what I've seen with the kid Makronov and the way he gave him trouble moving up 2 more weight classes, 60 to 68, and Canelo going to come in about damn near 200 pounds. I just think I just don't think Canelo's never been stopped, and I don't think he's going to be able to keep Canelo off of him.
YouTuber and boxing commentator Showbiz the Adult recently voiced his support for Terence Crawford, admitting he was wrong to doubt him in the past. Addressing Crawford's critics and even apologizing to his own viewers, he acknowledged being impressed after seeing Crawford display serious strength, especially after witnessing him handle a heavyweight. Showbiz highlighted that Crawford seems to have something special in him, saying he's built differently and has that Ali blood. The moment marked a shift in his stance, giving Crawford full credit heading into the Canelo bout.
I guess I was wrong. I was wrong. Listen, you guys know I've been trolling Terence Crawford fanboys for about a week now. Okay, talking about, Terence Crawford can beat Canelo because he can wrestle. Well, I'm going to tell you, his wrestling skills is not a bad point. Listen, did y'all see this video where he tosses a heavyweight to the ground? Listen, dude, not only any heavyweight, this is Nico Ali wash. He got Ali's blood in him. And here's the thing, when I was clowning you guys and trolling, talking about he can wrestle,
calling Terence Crawford extremely strong, Showbiz the Adult went on to break down the footage of Crawford putting down a heavyweight nerd named Nico from a high position. Analyzing the moment frame by frame, he was stunned by Crawford's raw power and technique, emphasizing that such strength from a naturally smaller fighter isn't normal. The breakdown convinced him even further that Crawford isn't just skilled, he's physically gifted in ways that defy weight class expectations.
It's because it's a boxing match, okay? And it's not wrestling. But when you look at his footage, he tossed Nico to the ground from a standing position. From a clinching position, he tosses down a heavyweight. The type of position you're clinching in a boxing match. Brother, Terence Crawford is extremely strong. The guy is extremely strong.
Meanwhile, that loyalty and confidence in Crawford's boxing brain is something shared by others, including current fighter Teofimo Lopez. While Lopez hasn't broken down the matchup in great detail, he's made it clear he's supporting Crawford on fight night. His pick reflects a broader faith in Crawford's rare combination of skill, precision, and calm under pressure, something that has made him undefeated through 41 fights with 31 knockouts.
I mean, because everybody will, right? All right. Who have you beaten? And
is there everyone's resume can be questionable though? Like,
no.
If you really look at it and break it down and like.
No, it's just I think what Canelo's really tapping into is mainly like who is it that you face that's been at number one? You know, other than Errol Spence. You know, I think Sean Porter, we can't take anything away, but Sean Porter was on the way on the decline.
Yet, despite all this praise for Crawford's adaptability and ring IQ, the fact remains he's stepping into unfamiliar territory. Canelo has faced some of the toughest fighters at 168 and beyond. His experience against naturally bigger men gives him a different kind of edge, one not based purely on skill, but on physicality and toughness. Crawford, no matter how skilled, hasn't proven himself yet in that kind of environment.
Winning rounds, he has a sneaky way of finding his niche. For instance, when he fought the guy that he lost to just recently. Bivol, yeah. Shout out to Bivol. He wasn't really able to find that niche there, but in spurts, you can see him adapting, right? And so the biggest difference between Bivol and Crawford is the size difference and the power. Even though Bivol was an ultimate boxer, he still was able to keep him off him with the sheer power and strength. But with Crawford, I think that it'll be challenging for Canelo to get around the skill set, but it wouldn't be challenging for him to be able to endure the pain.
Another respected voice backing Crawford is Andre Ward, a 2-division champion who knows what it takes to rise through weight classes. Ward acknowledges the obvious. Crawford is taking a huge risk by jumping to super middleweight. It's not an easy leap, but even with the physical disadvantages, Ward refuses to bet against Crawford. He points out that no one has yet broken Crawford's will or outsmarted him in the ring. For Ward, until someone proves they can beat Terence Crawford, he's riding with him.
I'm going with Terence Crawford, you know. Big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years, I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can beat him.
Still, there are those who lean heavily toward Canelo, not because they doubt Crawford's talent, but because of the sheer difference in size and power. Christian Mbili, currently ranked number 1 by the WBC at super middleweight, is among those who think the weight will be the key difference. He respects Crawford's resume, but wasn't impressed with his last performance against Israel Madrimov. Mbili noticed a lack of the usual spark from Crawford at 154 pounds, and now with an even bigger jump, he questions how effective Crawford will be.
For me, I think Canelo is favorite because he's more bigger, and I think Canelo gonna win this fight. For me, he's the favorite.
He's the favorite, right?
Correct.
And you think the weight is gonna play a role in that fight?
I think the weight gonna play a lot because you can dance, so you can move, but when you start 6, 7, 8 round is very, very difficult after.
Adding even more texture to this buildup is the insight of Amir Khan, who holds a unique perspective as someone who fought both men. Khan was knocked out by Canelo in 2016 in devastating fashion and stopped by Crawford in 2019, both times in the 6th round. However, his experiences with the two fighters were very different. Against Canelo, Khan said he found it relatively easy to land punches, but was caught and finished by one heavy shot. Against Crawford, he struggled to even touch him. Crawford's footwork, timing, and control of distance, according to Khan, were simply on another level.
With Crawford's come off some good wins, looking really good, but still the age is very similar. Both guys are getting on towards the end of their career. I think it's evenly matched, but I do lean more towards Canelo in this one, even though Crawford's a very close friend of mine and helped me in my training camp for my last fight. But it's a hard fight to call because both fighters are at the top of the game. I think it's something that boxing's not seen for a very, very long time, where you've got two fighters. It's hard to say who's going to win. It is a 50-50 fight. Is it skill or power that's going to win, or is it skill or speed that's going to win the fight? We don't know, so let's see.
The real intrigue of this fight is how all these elements will collide on September 13th. On one side, you have Canelo, strong, experienced, and dangerous. On the other, you have Crawford, Smart, slick, and unbeaten. Some see it as a battle between brute force and boxing genius. Others think it's about timing, age, and decline. No matter which camp fans fall into, it's clear that this fight is bigger than just weight. However, Terence Crawford still appears to be confident in his ability to dethrone Canelo.
Oh, I'm feeling great. I've been working out. Actually, I just got done running before we, head into the press conference. So everything is going according to plan, and I'm looking forward to becoming a 3-time undisputed champion come September 13th.
Shane Mosley has issued a strong caution to Terence Crawford ahead of his massive September 13th showdown with Canelo Alvarez. Having faced Canelo himself in the past, Mosley draws on his experience and offers a mix of warnings and advice. Mosley emphasizes that Canelo enters the ring significantly larger and stronger than Crawford ever has. He believes Crawford risks punishment by trading shots instead of using his movement. Canelo's power is a serious threat at 168 pounds.
But fighting at your natural weight, you're actually a better fighter. Like when you go up in weight, I think Jamel Charlo was telling Crawford too. Like when you move to 168, you're gonna slow down. You're not gonna be as fast. You're gonna be slow. You're not gonna be moving out the way as much. It's gonna feel different. You feel like you're getting tired quicker. You know what I'm saying? Because you have extra weight. So you have to deal with that. And it being the first time you ever go up into that type of weight class, that could be a problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this is the first time that you're entering 168. You've been in the 154 one time. You've been in the 47 your whole career, 154 one time, and then you go to 168. Like, it's kind of hard.
Each perspective adds fuel to the fire, making this not just a fight between two champions, but a moment that could redefine legacies. Will Crawford pull off what many think is impossible and prove that skill beats size? Or will Canelo remind everyone why moving up in weight is such a dangerous game? On September 13th, fans will finally get their answer, and judging by the wide range of predictions and opinions, no one's entirely sure what's going to happen. Will Bud shock the world, or will Canelo remind us why weight classes exist? Either way, this is one for the history books. Hit that like button if you're ready for war. Boxing legends, UFC stars, and fans are all split. What about you? Canelo's power or Crawford's precision? Who really walks out with the crown? Let us know your pick in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for full Fight Week coverage.